Hello, can everyone hear me? Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello, am I audible? Hello, earphone ले लो सर. So, hello everyone, welcome to the Linux Basics webinar. My name is Dipta Chakrabarti. I'm Senior Core Committee member of CodeChef VIT. Today I'll be taking the webinar where I'll be introducing you to the basics of Linux and how to get started with it. So, let's begin. So, Linux was basically developed. Linux was basically developed by Linus Torvalds. It is a Linux is basically developed by Linus Torvalds. It's a operating system or kernel. It has lots of applications. Mostly, whenever the companies that like Amazon, Google, Facebook, most of their applications and day-to-day products are running on servers which use Linux operating systems. There are many types of Linux operating systems like Ubuntu. You must know about this. This is a very common operating system. Fedora, Linux Mint, Debian, uh, Red Hat. So first thing first, I'm using a Ubuntu operating system for this webinar. And now let's say the first thing that you want to do when you want to see what type of Linux you're using, just in case, what version is it. So uh, you 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 read this file. So basically what cat does, it outputs all the files content and shows it up in your terminal. So there's a file called OS release which tells you what type of file, what type of it contains the details of your the operating system you're using. So as you can see, I'm using a Ubuntu. It's a 18.04 LTS. Its home URL is given and privacy policy. Now, uh, now another very common command is ls. So what ls does basically is ls stands for list. What ls does is lists all the directories and files in your current point. Now ls has a lot of other applications as well. Like if you add a simple flag like ls hyphen a over here, you can see all the other files have come up. So what hyphen a does, it shows all the hidden files in that current particular directory. And you can notice that all of them have one thing in common. It's a dot. So if you need to make a hidden file, you use a dot in front of it. How to make files, we'll just come upon that. So here I'm having ls, same directory. Here I'm having ls hyphen a. So as you can see, ls, what I'm seeing, desktop documents, ls hyphen a, desktop documents. But there are lots of other files over here also, like .ipython, .helm, which are not present when we use just ls. So hyphen a shows you the hidden files present. Now, what if you want to see which directory you're in? So that uses pwd. You can see I'm in my home/chuck directory. Now, um, Linux file system is like a tree, uh, sitting in a subdirectory of root. So in Windows, like we have C drive. In Linux, it's slash. You can consider slash as the C drive of Linux. It's where all your important directories are present. Now, what are these directories? These are very important directories that you should know a bit about. So I'll list out some of the most important ones, and the rest you can look up later. So first of all, like I said, slash, which is like the C drive of your Linux operating system. In it, we have lot different directories. So the first one that I can see is bin. What bin has all contains all the user binaries or programs that is required for the operating system. So I cd, which means change directory. Cd is basically used to move from one location to another. So I press cd slash bin. So what this basically does, right now I'm in the slash directory, and now I'm going to enter the bin directory. Now I'm in the bin directory. So I'll just list out all the files over here, everything that's in the bin directory, and you can see there are lots of there's a big output. So what is there? So currently you can see that I'm highlighting ls, which I just told you is for listing all the files. Other than that, there's bash. So bin contains all the user programs required by the operating system. These are all the different programs we have. We'll check out some of these programs one by one. So before that, you can see here boot. What boot has is it contains all the files needed to boot the system during the grub loading or not. So you can see grub one folder. So basically this folder contains all the important files and configuration required when Linux boots up. Other important directory is your dev. Now in dev, what it contains is dev has a list of all the devices uh, that in your operating system in in type of files. So what that basically means, all the devices connected to your operating system is present in the day is present as you can say as files in your dev folder. So for example, um, let's see, for example, SDA1. SDA1 is the first driver device in your file system. Like, how do you see what are the devices in your file system is df-h. So df-h, what it does, it lists out all the uh, devices devices and hard disks in your file system. So dev sda1, as you can see here, it's the hard disk of your it's the current device attached to your operating system, which is present in the dev folder. And the next important folder is home. Whenever you create a user, the all the new users are the directories made for the new users are under the home folder. So how do you check which user are you right now? You check it using who am I. If I see right now, I am my user's name is Chuck. So, and under the home folder, there's a directory called Chuck. When I enter this, it contains all the files and folders that is under the user chuck. Okay, so whenever you create a user, there will be a new folder in the home folder. Next comes the root. The root is the most powerful user in the Linux operating system. It has permissions and to do anything. Normal users do not have the permission or to do, like for example, if you want to update or install a new package, the root can update or install it directly, but normal users might not have that permission. So root is the most powerful user in your Linux operating system. Now let me go into my home directory and see I'm inside my home directory. Now, as I showed you, to check out which user are you, who am I. Now, if you want some more information about your user, you can just type W and enter. So, what this says is user chuck in TTY0. That means in the present terminal, uh, when did I log in, how much CPU usage I have, etc. Now, since I'm inside, let's go to desktop. Now, first I'll teach you how to create a file. Now, if you just want to create a file, then use touch command, and I'll say intro.txt. You can see here I got a file called intro.txt. Now, if I want to edit the file, there are quite a few ways. First one is Gedit, which gives a graphical interface. What this basically does is it opens up a graphical file editing. You can graphically edit your file. So I'll type here hello everyone. And I'll save it. It's similar, it's almost very similar to your Linux systems. So what I've typed is hello everyone, welcome to Linux webinar. I'll save it and close it. Now what I do cat, as I've told you, it basically used for getting all the, like what is the content of the file in your terminal. So I'll just do intro.txt and you can see here, hello everyone, welcome to Linux webinar. Now, what if you want to make a directory? Make it using mkdir. Now I'll do mkdir test. Now if I do ls, you can see that I have a directory called test, or let's name it something else. I have a directory called Linux Basics. If I move into this directory, I have nothing. So what I want to do now, I'll show you that I want to put this intro.txt into this Linux Basics folder. So how to do that? Now I'll go back to my directory, and to go back to from one directory to another, like right now I'm in desktop Linux Basics. I want to go back to desktop. That's one step behind. You cd dot. What dot dot does or means that cd dot dot means that the user wants to go back by one directory. So I'll do dot dot, and right now I'm in desktop. Now what I want to do is I want to take to this. Now there are two. It's like similar to your Windows copy cut. So if I just want to copy, I'll do cp, which stands for copy intro.txt Linux basics. If I do ls, you can see that intro.txt is still present. But if I move into Linux basics, intro.txt is present over here also. Last time when I had gone, this directory was practically empty last time, but now there's a new file over here, and if I do cat, all the content is present over here. Now, let's say I want to, let's say I want to move it. This will be similar like your uh, Windows cut paste. So I'll delete this intro.txt. To delete a file, you use rm intro.txt. Rm stands for remove. There's nothing here. As you can see, I removed the intro.txt file and I move back, and I have my intro.txt in my desktop, but I just removed it from the Linux basics folder. You use mv intro Linux basics, and right now what you can see is move. What it does, it totally shifts the file from the source to destination. My source here was the current directory, and the destination was inside Linux basics directory. So if I go into Linux basics, here it's intro.txt is present. Now there are, now I showed you Gedit, which is you can, which is a graphical text editor. But what if you want to do things in the command line only? So there are quite a number of editors for that. First one I'll show you is Nano. Now if you want to edit intro.txt only, Nano gives us a editor in the terminal only. What I'll do, hello, welcome to Linux webinar. I am Dipto. And to save it, you press Ctrl X. It's asking me, should I save it? Press Y and enter. Now if I do intro.txt, see, I have a new line. I am Dipto. Another text editor which is really popular is Vim. Vim intro.txt. So Vim also opens up a text editor in your